Hello, and welcome to the Nomads of Fantasy, a weekly-ish movie and video game club where we make a new universe our home every week.
Dude, hold on. I gotta stop you. You do this every time you host. And I was
literally
waiting to see
every
if you're gonna
time.
say it.
What'd I do?
He does this when he hosts.
Weekly-ish.
A weekly-ish or every
I
other
know.
week show
It's part
that
of the
we
joke.
do every week.
I like it.
Oh,
I
we
like.
say
I like the running gag. I'm a fan of it.
The weekly-ish. I keep it going there.
I say keep it going because I like the bit.
Yep. It's my brain melts every time I hear it.
I mean,
I
it's
have it written
weekly-ish. Sometimes we
It
record
is.
multiple
Every
weeks in a
week.
row. Sometimes we don't.
It's like when they say it works like 75% of the time, 100% of the time, or what. I'm like, what?
Yeah, exactly.
Does that
What
even
the
mean?
fuck are you talking about?
Bingo bango. All right, do we even need to start? Do we do that again?
No, keep it going. We're rolling.
All right,
Keeping
well.
those in.
Today, this grand day, we are going over what we played and watched in January of 2025. First one of the new year. We are here with Eric
Yo, gamers.
and Brandon.
What up?
Player 3 has entered the conversation.
Okay. This weekly-ish podcast is here to stay forever.
Forever until they shut us down.
Yeah. How was your guys' New Year's? We got a lot of movies and games coming out. It's kind of crazy. Cool trailers coming out.
Well, it's nice because right now, anyways, in the game space, it's sort of quiet. The calm before the storm. Not much not many new releases.
But we're still recovering from all the hits that just came in November,
Right.
December, though. So
We're
good.
Well, that's the thing. We're trying to catch up on stuff that we missed, like from last year. I mean, I'll never catch up with that stuff, but like, you know, there's at least a lull and like, oh shit, there's something new. I
Yeah.
gotta play that right away.
It's nice, but we got Avowed coming out in like a week, and
Which I completely
RPGs
forgot
gonna
about,
start getting-
which is
they're just
crazy.
gonna start getting thrown at
Same.
us. We've got movie trailers for Fantastic Four and Jurassic Park. Like,
Yeah, they're gearing
stuff
up.
for the year is coming. So, no, that's why we're here, gathered here today on this beautiful day. Who wants to start us out today? Eric, you look like you're thinking really hard over there. Why don't you
I'll
let
go.
it out?
Yeah, I'll go. I'll let it go. I have been watching a lot of Frozen lately.
I don't know. That phase of parenting.
Well, William was obsessed with it when he was a baby, and now our daughter Hannah is obsessed with it also. So
okay.
We throw that one on every now and then. So I got Let It Go stuck in my head.
You got you still got the Bluey going on in the house?
Yeah. I mean, not as much, just because we've watched all of them 100 times.
Yeah,
but
right.
I'm waiting for new
we're-
ones to drop, man. I want the new.
We got my youngest one, my 6-year-old's been getting into it a little bit again, just because it's like you go in and in, then you're
Dude,
out of it.
you could
and
just
go-
throw it on anytime. Yeah.
I just watched this episode. It's called Barbecue.
Mhm. Great one.
And Bluey's uncle and cousins over, and they're
Mhm.
having like a barbecue on their back deck, and Bandit and his brother are totally having beer.
Oh, of
in this
course.
episode. The Bandit's got a koozie around the uncle. His eyes are half open, his ears like half down. He's like totally cutting
Yeah, he's
loose.
in
So
chill mode, chill pup mode.
I love it.
Well, the funny
Uh,
joke there is that his beer keeps getting spilled.
Getting spilled. Yeah, right. Yeah, he's pretty cool about it too. I'd be like, God damn it. Are you
Fucking
fucking kidding
kids."
me? I'd start yelling at kids. Yeah, I don't. Oh, and another thing I just thought really cool. They had their iPod plugged into a stand with speakers built into it,
Yeah.
and it was laying on the ground, and there was a cable going from the stand into like through the doorway into the house. And I'm like, that attention to detail is so relatable. Hey, you got friends over? Let's pull out like a Bluetooth speaker or some kind of speaker, and you pull it out, but you want to have it plugged in.
Yeah, so it
And
doesn't
They
die.
don't show you that. Yeah, they don't show that in a commercial or an ad. They don't show cables or wires. Everything's beautiful and perfect in that
No,
stuff.
that-
But this cartoon, the magic of Blue. I know I'm stealing the thing. But I'm just saying these kids. I don't know. I was just like falling all in love with it all over again this morning when I was watching
No,
this.
Bluey's
episode.
great.
So,
Well
I'll
done.
watch
Alright.
it anytime. Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah. What are you
uh,
catching us up on?
well, what I'm catching you up on is it is actually a TV series. Have you guys, either of you, at this point, watched Severance?
No, and I keep telling my wife I
Yes.
want to
I've
watch this.
It is
heard.
really fucking good. Dave, I know we were talking about it on Discord. I called the shot. Best TV show on Apple TV Plus. Yes, better than Ted Lasso.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, that's right. I did hear you make that comment. That is
Dude,
crazy.
it
Ted
is
Lasso magically
fucking
good.
awesome. Like the first season of TV, the first season of Severance that came out. Well, it took a really long time for this new season to come out. I think it was like a 3-year gap. I want to say the first season of Severance came out in like 2021 or 2022. It was one of the first shows that released on
Right.
Apple TV
I've
Plus.
heard buzz. What do you like? I don't know anything about it other than like the basic thing where half your brain does this and the other half does this
Right.
at work, and
That's
Right.
don't
about
If you-
where I'm at too.
right.
Yeah, if you don't know the plot, that's essentially the plot.
But is it like the acting, the directing, the
It's
storytelling, the editing? Like, what are they doing that's
Well,
like so?
I mean, it's all of it,
great?
but I think the thing that hooks me is just the mysteries of everything. Like there are so many
Okay.
mysteries that they set up in the first season that still haven't even paid off, but they're slowly creeping towards like the resolution of some of those. So like I think that's what kind of keeps me on the hook is just like figuring out what the fuck is going on in this mysterious company.
Okay,
Like
I love that.
like
Okay,
it's I mean it's essentially, it revolves around this major like huge corporation called Lumen, and you don't even know what this company does or what they make or anything, like what products they sell.
Sounds like Aperture Science from like Portal or
Exactly.
something like
It's
that.
it's exactly like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they're like, in the severed wing where, these severed employees go down, and, obviously, like I said, they got 2 split personalities. They call them outies and innies. So their outie self is, outside of the office, their like quote unquote normal life. And then their innie self is when they're at work. And like they do all of these random, like super random tasks that seem meaningless, but like again, that's the whole surrounding mystery. Like, why are they doing these things? Like, what
I love
what
it.
are they
Okay.
contributing to? In this larger company. So like, there's just so many cool mysteries surrounding it, and like the first season left off on like a huge
Yeah, I was
cliffhanger.
gonna say it's 2 seasons, right?
Yeah,
Like, the
they
second
just
season-
started
just
the second
started the
season.
second.
So there's 3 episodes out right now. I think they release on like Thursday nights. But yeah, so there's 3 episodes so far in season 2, and like
Okay.
it's hooked me all over again. Especially this latest episode ended on a really fucking huge revelation. I'll say.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
For one of the
Fuck yeah.
characters. So it's man. It's
Yeah, I
kinda
really
hooked.
want to. I want to try watching it like this week. My wife works from home on like Fridays or whatever, so I
Just-
always work from home. So we usually crush a show together on Friday while we work.
the
you know,
most-
and
the
this
most-
is, like
The most fun thing is just wrapping your head around the base concept of it, because it's basically
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
the concept
fun.
of a Black Mirror episode, just like blown out into an entire
Right.
series.
That's cool.
right.
So yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah.
Highly recommended.
I will. Yeah, I'm gonna probably wait. I think for season 2 just started.
It
and
just
they're going
season
weekly?
2 just dropped. Yep, and they
Okay.
release weekly.
I'll probably wait till the end and then just try and pound through.
Dude, blast
one
through
or
it, because yeah, I kind of like starting season 2. They do a recap, which is nice. I feel like most shows do this nowadays. When a new season
Yeah.
comes out, they do a full season like recap of what happened up to this point. But even so, there's still so many things that I forgot from season 1. It almost makes me want to go back and watch that again. But
wow. Okay.
I'm like, so I'm, now that we're like 3 episodes in, I'm basically just back up to speed from where we were when it left off on season 1. But now that I'm sort of back up to speed, there's like, and they do a really good job of incorporating like what happened in the last season into the new season to kind of remind you, and sort of go into some of the new, hooks into the new season. So.
They had 3 years to make it. They better fucking remind you.
And it's created and directed by Ben Stiller. Did you know this?
No.
No, I did not know.
Yes.
Yeah,
that.
the one guy from Parks and Rec was on there.
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, Adam Scott or Adam is it Adam Scott? Yeah. But yeah, no, the cast is great. Like every single cast, and Christopher Walken's in there too. in the
What?
first season. Yeah.
I didn't know that either.
Yep.
Okay.
And he does a great
Oh.
job. Yeah, there's it's awesome.
Sold.
I don't, like I said, I don't want to spoil anything just because it's like fresh, and like even the first season, like just go in blind because you're in for a ride.
All right, nice. Thank you, Eric, for sharing with the rest of us. Let's jump over to Brando. What do you got on your plate?
I have an indie game that I picked up. It's called Nobody Wants to Die, and it's by Critical Hit Games.
Okay.
Critical Hit.
Yeah, Nobody Wants to Die. It's about a 5-hour, 6-hour game. It's a walking simulator game. It's a very story-driven
Oh.
game.
I like those.
But there is you're
This is that
solving, you're a detective
cyberpunk?
in the future.
This is that cyberpunk
Yeah.
like
Yeah, I
Blade
got it on
Runner type
sale.
of game?
Yep. Beautiful
Ooh, I
game.
was looking at this.
Very
Yeah.
small game. Yep. So, well, I'm
Yes.
here to say that if you feel like giving your money to support an indie developer and their promise is that we're going to give you for a small studio for a story-driven game, we're going to give you everything we can. I really think they gave as much as they could for a small team
Dude, yeah, it's
over
only
there.
only
So,
$15 on PlayStation.
yep. So, I'll just real quickly just say, in those 5 to 6 hours, it's totally Blade Runner, in visuals and everything. But you're a detective. It's a noir, and the whole concept is if you take the aesthetics of Blade Runner, but the world is it's so far in the future. It's like 200 years into the future, I believe, or something like that, and they have figured out basically how to keep people alive. So you can just it'll go into the details how it works, but it's just this is like you get a new body. Hey, this is my new body. How's your new body? Oh, and I'm getting used to it. I think they just get
Okay.
him like an adult body. I don't know.
Hmm.
And somebody that's really rich is sabotaging this industry and taking away this immortality thing that humans have now. And just because you can live forever doesn't mean you don't have like you can still be poor and all that stuff. So, so anyways, you're a detective and you're traumatized because your wife died, but she's like perma died somehow. Um, you're suffering from like alcoholism or something. Some cliches there, but anywho,
Very noir-y, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, exactly. It's very, yeah, exactly. So, but anyways, you're hired off the books to go help this woman who talks to you throughout the whole game for the most part, and I swear this is the same woman that does Delilah in Firewatch. Um, but she's constantly talking to you, and you're communicating. You're doing all the hands-on work, and it's this cool mechanic where you have this technology where you can, as long as you can find blood or explosions or something, anything, you can reverse time around that thing. And this technology lets you
It's
more or
cool.
less move things around within 30 seconds, of like action, and then you walk around and put things together, and then it advances the
Is
story.
it like that mechanic in Cyberpunk where you're doing like the brain dances where you can see like different scenes and stuff? You remember those?
I kind of I kind of remember that.
Yeah, because you're like playing through a
Maybe.
scene and you can rewind it or fast forward and like look at
Yeah.
it from different
Yep.
perspectives. It sounds like that.
Yep. Yeah, and you walk around and all that stuff, and you gotta turn on your, black light, and all these future tech things that you would have if you're a detective in, like I said, a Blade Runner kind of movie game. So yeah, pretty cool. I got it cheap.
Wait,
It really looks as good as the pictures are.
dude,
Like
the
stills
screenshots
are
look
bad.
amazing.
It
Yeah.
does look very nice. Looks
It's
very
really
Unreal
good.
Engine-y.
Yeah. So, and then real quick, right after that, I played a game that was 45 minutes long. It's called Bright Memory, and there's another game. I think it might be 2 hours long. It's the sequel, but it's called Bright Memory. Um, it's got a pretty, I don't know. A lot of people love this game. I think one guy made it. It says FYQD Personal Studio. Again, I got this on sale, maybe $2. I think the sequel is like $5.
Mhm.
Um, It looks like if you had a designer who was pretty good at coding and designing is doing pretty much his own stuff. Just go ahead and go make me something. Go
What is
make
this
me a
called?
bright memory.
Okay.
It's very basic, but it looks great, and it's very impressive that one guy could do this. So, not much of a story. I don't even talk about that. The AI is pretty dumb. It just kind of comes at you, whatever. There's some boss fights, but it's all jam packed. So a lot happens in that 45 minutes. But you're like you can upgrade, and it really feels like a tech demo.
Okay.
So it's just like somebody in your like your studio is like, hey, I made this, in our downtime. Okay, great. And it's like you play through it. And I'm like, this is really fucking good, guys. Like we could make a real game out of it or something like that. So again, if you want to find an indie developer, honestly, this is not going to break the bank. These games that I found and I recommend. I was really impressed with this game. It was
How,
fun. I mean, it's if you look at the trailer and the graphics, you'll be impressed that one person was able to do this. So
how did you hear about this one? Just like strolling Xbox store or something?
yeah, just Xbox Store and games on sale or whatever, and these came up before, so I add them to my wish list. Now I just go through the reviews. I just read through as many as I can, and I just see like what are people really saying. And this one kept coming up, but then I saw somebody said one person made this, and I'm like 45 minutes, dude. Like absolutely, like I will definitely get this. So I bought it on
Awesome.
sale. I'm kind of a scumbag a little bit there, but I think it's $4 full price, and I got it for $2. You know what I'm saying?
Don't shame
You
yourself.
know. So, but like,
Had to get
my
that
money
deal,
was not
man.
all of it. I'm a cheap. Because what if it sucks? You hit $4 on the
Okay,
tree.
if I was selling a
$8.
game for $4, I would never put it on sale. Like, it's fucking $4. Just buy it.
Yeah. Sometimes you got to get that little icon there. So it
That's
shows up
true.
in your
People,
thing,
yeah, it's
or-
just something in your brain that people are like, yeah, okay, it's on sale. I'm getting a deal here.
It's true.
Yeah, so I don't know. I have a
Slight
collection of them that
clarification.
I've been getting on deals. So, but those are two that I would recommend.
In your last game, Nobody Wants to Die, the female voice actor, it was not the lady from Firewatch.
Oh, it's not okay. She
Oh,
sounds the same.
Unfortunately, she is
I mean-
a female. She does other video games. She's a female referee in the WWE 2K series.
Well, that's what
is
it
the-
was.
I mean, if she's on
And in
par,
this corner.
if she's on par with Delilah from Firewatch, then that's pretty big praise there. You know,
She's in the
She
Mech
wasn't too
Warrior
bad.
games. She's in the Warframe games. She's in
okay.
Wasteland 3 games. So it
Way
seems
too
like
much swearing though.
she's
Way
got her.
drops the F bomb way too much.
Just
in
like
that.
gratuitously
living her
for no
life,
reason.
you know?
Yeah,
I hate that. Yeah,
because
that's
I'll
annoying.
pick on my wife because sometimes she'll watch garbage on Netflix just to have something on in the background, and I'm like, "How are you watching?" She's like, "I don't know." It's like, "How do you play listen to the stories in your video games?" And I'm like, "You're right. Some of the
Touche.
stories are so bad, such bad acting." So this woman is just kind of like, "What the fuck is going on over there? I thought you were to get the fuck out. Jesus fucking Christ, let's fucking go!" Like it's so much swearing sometimes. I'm like, "Who wrote this?"
Maybe
A
300 years in the
17-year-old?
future,
Yeah.
they just use the
Yeah,
F-bomb every other word.
They get
Dude,
edgy.
it got annoying, and I'm like, I feel like what am I listening to? So that's the only real complaint I had was just like the excessive use of the
Yeah.
F word.
Okay,
But
cool.
Nice. Well, it'll sound good. I will add those
Yeah,
to the
that-
wish list.
that-
Wish
that's-
list is always growing.
Nobody Wants to Die definitely was interesting, and it's more appealing that it's only a couple hours long too.
yeah, 2
Nice.
nights, and I was done with it.
Nice. All right. Well, thank you for sharing with us. I
feel like we're in a
here.
I feel like we're in a
circle, sharing circle.
Yeah,
It's a
sharing
circle of
circle.
trust. You know.
Dave has the
Street.
stick now. Nobody else can talk.
Mm-hmm.
Please,
Oh, I like to talk about this one. Ninja Gaiden Black.
All right.
That's what we've been.
We all, yeah.
Ninja Gaiden 2 Black.
Ninja
sorry,
Gaiden
yes.
2, Ninja Gaiden.
2
We were
Black.
just talking about this, Dave.
Gaiden.
Yeah. Gaiden or
Gaiden versus Gaiden. I've always been a Gaiden guy.
As a child, I was saying there. As a child, I was a Ninja Gaiden, but then as I got older, I was learned. I guess technically that's the way it's pronounced. But Gaiden always.
Gaiden.
Gaiden. One of those words. If you say too many times, it doesn't really mean anything anymore. Gaiden.
Mm-hmm.
What is Gaiden? What is it?
I don't know.
It's something ninja-y.
Guy in a den. I don't know.
Oh.
Dumb joke.
Yeah, it was bad.
We've all dipped into this
Yeah,
one a
man.
little bit. I know.
It means
Yeah,
side
I was
story.
working on it last night.
I mean, just
Because I'm
story.
playing on
Sorry.
story mode,
story.
so
Oh
yeah.
I'm
yeah.
just flying through this
You
game.
weako.
Ew.
I know, Brandon. Have you played any of the other ones? You just said you didn't play
Yeah,
the
I
first.
play them as long as they can last, and then I get mad, and then I uninstall it.
It'll probably be the same for this
I
one.
remember the original Xbox had the first Ninja Gaiden, and I was blown away by
It
its
was
graphics. 'Cause
amazing. Yeah.
it was 60 frames or something like that too at the time. It was high or something like that. And I was just like, wow, and it looked good.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
maybe not 60 frames, but it was smooth.
Yes, that was. I don't know. I played the NES ones as a kid too, and
Yeah.
Oh
that's
yeah,
kind of just how
that's
I
right. I remember those.
Played
how
the
I
NES
bounced between
ones.
those
Probably
ones.
never got past the first level because the game's hard as shit.
Dude, those are hard as shit. I think I might have beaten them as a kid, but I don't. This was Shadow dropped what end of January at what was it, the
The
Microsoft
Xbox
Developer
Developer
Direct.
Direct. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
They announced Ninja Gaiden 4 and released Ninja Gaiden 2 Black, which, by the way, is fucking awesome marketing strategy because
Oh yeah.
game hasn't been around in like I don't know 10 something years. Hasn't been at the main front, but a way to get people excited for your new game that's coming out. Give them the remastered version
Hey,
of an old, like one of the
you can
better
play this
old
now.
ones.
That's
Yeah,
that's one of my favorite things for fucking like
I do love that. And
announcement
you
or
can
like
play it
now.
directs. Right? Yeah, it's out now. Go download it. Like
That's
fuck yeah.
that's one of the things Xbox has over like PlayStation and Nintendo is their Game Pass is legit. It's a great library.
Oh yeah.
So when they do drop something that gets people excited, and then they drop it and you can play it
If
now.
you're
That is a very
subscribed to Game
powerful
Pass,
thing.
you can literally download it right now. That's such a
Yeah.
cool fucking thing.
It's been a
Yeah,
good
I
week for
love it.
Game Pass too. I think like 6 or something or so games got added this week. Next week comes out with Avowed. I mean, we're gonna do our indie episode next week.
Mm-hmm.
It's yeah, there's tons of stuff, but this one, Ninja Gaiden 2, is not as good as the first, but it is still a very good Ninja Gaiden game. See, I get into that. Very Ninja Gaiden-y game. I like to refer to it as Souls games before they were Souls games because you would stop and save and everybody would respawn and you'd have to go eat shit all over again to get through stuff. You didn't lose your souls though, so I guess it's technically not. But it's been remade. I forget what engine it was before, but they took it out of what it was before and put it into Unreal, which I heard something about they're running like 2 engines at the same time, essentially, where they're running the old one, but Unreal is like the graphical layer that's on top. So Unreal is controlling
That
everything.
explains
But
why it plays the way it does. Because
plays,
the big complaint that people have of this game, which it's good. But
yeah,
the complaint is
camera.
The camera
it's just
sucks.
dated. And I learned how to play with it. I learned how to play this game and deal with the camera. You know what it is? Ignore modern
I mean, yeah, you can't do dual stick
don't trust
camera
the-
control. Or,
You
know,
can't. Yeah,
not
don't use
controlling
that
it with the
camera
right stick.
Just tap
let
the
the
right bumper.
auto camera. Just let the auto camera do its thing. That's what because you're fighting it because it wants to follow Ryu. So
My issue is
yeah,
that
you can clean it up with the right bumper too. If you get
Yeah.
lost, you can focus on.
yeah,
it.
I was
If you- well, if
constantly
you-
doing that because like if I'm fighting like a bunch of enemies, I lose track of where fucking Ryu is on the screen. So
Same
like
because they all look the
There's
same.
yeah,
there's a lot. Yeah, they do blend in.
all
They
the
look
same
ninja.
height.
You can't be
Yeah,
dressed in
wearing
like
black.
bright orange and turquoise and stuff like that. Be like
Yeah.
a street gang. But
yeah.
I find it easiest if you tap right bumper because that will center the camera behind Rio
Yeah,
rather than doing it. It's like playing the old.
I'm
Zelda
always
games,
tap. I'm just
essentially.
fucking.
It's always the
yeah.
Z trigger.
Ignore
in the
that
old Zelda
right
games, essentially.
analog. Don't worry about the camera there.
Well, it's just annoying because like
you'll-
the camera's constantly swinging around, like fucking giving me whiplash, and it's just hard to keep
Just gotta-
track.
We're all professionals here. We can all navigate a 3D environment and know which direction to go. So it's not too bad.
Nah, it just
Once
it takes
you-
some
once you get
getting used to it. Yeah, definitely.
It's
no, it's a-
120 frames a second. Like the
It's pretty
lighting and the
slick.
shadows are beautiful.
So much
like,
blood.
Oh
a
yeah.
lot of blood. Yeah.
So much blood. I almost get bored of like the decapitation moves after
Same
a little bit,
animations,
but-
yeah.
What's your favorite
Yeah.
weapon?
I got a soft spot for the Vigorian flails. It's like the nunchucks with the big
Yeah.
thing on them. They're not the most effective, but I do like
No, it makes
running
you
around
jump
with
off
some.
walls too easily. I don't like that.
Yeah, the bow staff, like what is it, the moon staff
Staff
or
and the
whatever.
claws, man. Those
Mm.
are the two I've been bouncing
Claws are
between.
fucking, yeah, those are solid. There is a lot of weapons in this game. I forgot how many there were, but I have like 12 things at this point. It's kind of
Oh, really? Oh, I only have like
Sweet.
4 right
just
now.
about anything, any ninja weapon you can think of. Like you can the little sickle with the chain with the little ball on the other end, and you can start
Yeah.
doing like wicked flips and doing all sorts of
Okay.
crazy ninja shit. It's kind of cool. Like they're all fairly well balanced too. Like you can switch. I usually switch depending on what enemy I'm facing, and you can go from there. But no, it's a good year for ninjas. I guess it was. They called it the year of the ninja at the press conference. It's a good way to get back into the series and get ready for the new one. I don't know if the new one is that going to be a Game Pass game too.
I believe so.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
Team Ninja is owned
They
by
bought Team Ninja
Microsoft.
a while ago.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
And they
so-
haven't really done
all right.
shit. So like this is
Fuck
this
yeah.
is like their
No,
breakout.
yeah.
Ninja Gaiden Ragebound comes out this summer. The 2D, like old school 2D side
Okay.
scrolling Ninja Gaiden
Okay, I
game.
didn't know about that.
Sure.
Is that
I forget-
also
it's the
developed
same
by
guys-
Team Ninja, or is that different?
No, the guys that made Blasphemous.
Oh,
that was a
that's
2D
pretty
side scroller
sweet.
too. That a lot of people liked too. So
Cool.
Year
I
of
think
the
there's
Ninja
room
rolls
for
out.
a ninja like video games because there's
The Ghost
samurais
of
on
Yo-
PlayStation.
Yotei coming out this year.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah,
The
okay.
sequel to
PlayStation.
Tsushima. Yep.
Okay. Yeah. So, but like ninja.
Well, technically,
shit,
it's a samurai, not a ninja.
Mm-hmm. Assassin's Creed coming out this year. More ninjas.
That's true. Yeah.
that's a samurai, isn't it?
Samurai.
Same shit.
Samurai
You got the
slash
chick
ninja.
and the samurai, whatever.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah, but it's cool. There's opportunity. I think there's a hunger for it. You know, we haven't really seen it too much, so
So many.
I'll
So many
take it.
ninjas. No.
I'm playing that game on story mode, dude, because otherwise I'm not gonna play the game. So
Can you die
I-
in story mode?
you can't die, and when you start to get really
You
close to
can't
dying,
die.
they start chilling out, and you get 4 times more powerful. So a boss is kicking my ass. I can't get up. I'm like, fuck this thing, and all of a sudden, fuck you, motherfucker. Yeah, done, just like that.
You should just sit there until you get fucking your health drains, and then just go
It-
flail at him.
And I'm off to the next fight. I have,
There's
I
such
love it.
weird
It's
shit
great.
in this. Like the story is batshit insane. It's that like it. I don't know. Ninja Gaidens have always been about demons and coming over and archdemons and shit like that. So it's
Some
cool that
dude
they
in, like-
follow it, but it is
Yeah,
some
some
wacky
vampire
shit.
like dude hanging out on like Statue of Liberty, just talking to her. Look
Ah.
at the city. Look at how beautiful it is. I'm like, what the hell is this guy's problem? I bet you'd like to take a break from this view. And I'm like, what is this guy
Uh-huh.
doing?
There was one where like a plane crashed and then all of a sudden like a giant fiery armadillo attacked me as like a boss battle. And I'm like,
That's good.
fucking who came up with a fiery armadillo?
Listen, it's
Who's-
cool. I like that stuff because it's more interesting than
Makes-
just another big ninja guy. You know,
Yeah,
give me
I guess
the
I'd
weird shit.
rather fight yetis or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. Giant armadillo is the
Japanese,
weakest boss
video
ever,
game
too.
developer. Yeah.
all
Oh
right.
yeah. Yeah, the bosses are no joke though. They're hard, even in story mode, man. Thank God I have story mode to survive it because I get whooped right away.
You're welcome, Dark Souls. You're welcome, all Dark Souls people from Ninja Gaiden. All right, next, let's go over back to Eric.
Yeah,
What's on your plate?
this is another one that came to Game Pass recently that I've been getting into. It's Lonely Mountains Snow Rider.
Oh yeah.
Do they make a bike?
Yeah, Lonely Mountains
Yeah,
Downhill was
it's
their
really-
first. Yep, that was their first game.
Okay.
Same sort of concept. So yeah, their first game, you were.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very simple, like polygonal graphics, but it's still like a really good looking game with like the textures, especially in this one. Like
yeah.
the way the snow deformation is really fucking cool. And and like just like the sparkly effects on the snow. It looks like real snow, but then you're controlling this like polygonal like blocky character.
Yeah.
So like the environments look really good, but it's cool. And like basically the concept of the game is you're just trying to go down these like paths. This applies to both games, but you're trying to go down these mountains basically in the fastest way possible, most efficient way.
Without wiping out.
Without wiping out. Right, exactly.
More or less.
And there, so down each trail, there's like checkpoints. So if you hit a checkpoint and you crash, you like restart at that checkpoint. But the goal is to like get under like certain amounts of times or get down the trail without crashing a certain amount of times. And then in this one, like there's the blue slopes, which are like the easier versions. And then once you complete all those challenges, you unlock the black slope of the same like trail, which is like slightly modified to be a little bit harder. And there's like harder challenges and stuff. And you're unlocking, gear along the way, mostly cosmetic stuff, but you also unlock different sets of skis that are better for like some that are better at turning and better at speed. Some are better at like going through deep snow or like over like frozen ice, stuff like that. So you gotta like pick the right skis for the specific trail that you're going down to make it as efficient as possible.
Cool. Sounds like
Definitely
really chill, like downhill, like trials.
It is.
Trials, the motorcycle game.
Yeah, it's really cool for that. And like it's really fun to like go down a trail once. Okay, you don't quite hit that time, but then now that you know the trail, you can look for shortcuts, and try to make your run more efficient. Go faster in certain parts.
3D from like top down almost kind of or something like that.
It's weird because like the camera angles change, so like you'll be like
dynamic.
Yeah, so like it's all from kind of like from the perspective of the mountain. So like you might start with the camera behind your character, but then the trail will turn this way down the mountain, and now you're like looking at the front of your character. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay. That's
the
cool.
camera's on a rail.
Exactly.
Specifically. As you progress, but you are navigating through the 3D environment, but the camera is
the camera's following the trail, and So it does get a little tricky with the controls a little bit, but
still, because like left all of a sudden would be like you gotta straighten out, so you gotta push down. And
so they have two different like control modes. They have like the camera based control mode, which is like basically where your character is pointing. So if they're pointing away from the camera, left is left, right is right. But if they're pointing towards the camera, then it'll be like flip flop because they're facing the opposite way. But they also have a mode where it's just persistent,
like
right? So like
even
if I play with the one where like even like it's based on the character, not based on the camera.
Okay.
Like, I don't know. I find that better because then I'm not switching between like, okay, now right is left and left is right. Like left is always left and right is always right. I don't know. It's confusing.
God damn it.
Yeah, it would make more sense when you play it. But the really cool thing is like with the snow portion, I think they did this in the first one, but like now that there's like snow, every time you go down the trail and you like crash or whatever, it leaves your trail in the snow. So you can see your exact path that you took the first time. So you can like adjust your path. Like, okay, I know I crashed here, so I can follow my path up until this point, then sort of divert a little bit. Or if like I've chose a super efficient path, I can just go down that path again. And there's like leaderboards and shit. Like if you like global leaderboards, there is multiplayer actually. I haven't tried it yet, but I'd love to try it if you guys were interested. But yeah, you can. You can.
That's cool.
You can go down together, see who gets like the best times and shit, which is pretty cool. And there's leaderboards, like global leaderboards, friend leaderboards, stuff like that. But super fun. And
Megagon Industries is the publisher and developer of this one.
Okay, yeah, that's cool. Down, like I said, Lonely Mountain Downhills is the biking one. Basically the same concept, but I think this one's a little. I didn't really get too much into that one. This one I've gotten way more into. So I don't know exactly all the changes they've made, but this one's really cool. And there's like a Zen mode where like it takes away all of the time trial stuff, and you can just fucking cruise down the mountain. And you can like do tricks and shit. Like you can do grabs and backflips and spins and stuff. So like if you just wanted to go down like chill, do like a chill run on one of the trails without the time constraints. You can just fucking do
Sounds
that
like
too.
a nice before bed game.
That's usually what I do. Like I'm like
Just chill out.
after I play like I don't know, I play indie or something. Like okay, I got time to do like one trail in Lonely Mountain, so I'll do
Yeah.
that, and it takes like 10 minutes or
That's
something. Yeah,
Looks
so.
like it's only PC and Xbox as well. No PlayStation or Switch, sadly.
Yep. It's on.
Oh, wow.
I know it's on Steam. But yeah, Game Pass. Game Pass if you got it. It's on there.
Boom. All right. Nice. Let's jump around the circle. Thank you for sharing, Brandon or Eric.
Yes,
Very,
I'll
very
pass
kind
the
of you.
stick to Brandon now.
All right, Brando, what do you got?
What else did I have? We kind of talked about the same things. I've been crushing through games just to like I just want to finish games, and I get pretty far and I don't finish them. So, I finished Mirror's Edge Catalyst finally. I
How long
finished
have you had that one in the fucking
like
chamber?
fucking 6 years,
I was
dude.
gonna
Like,
say.
jeez. I have it, and I'm like, how far? When I go to howlongtobeat.com, and like, oh my god,
yeah.
like, so I beat it.
How do you pick that
it is
one
what it
back
is.
up after so long? I feel like you
I
gotta be
love
fumbling.
the Mirror's
Muscle
Edge
memory.
like
Yeah.
controls.
Okay.
So it's easy to go into those games. I love the idea of using bumpers to jump around and land and roll and all stuff. I love it. I really like it. So I didn't mind going back and finishing it, but I did. I finished the Call of Duty Black Ops 6 campaign when
Oh, you
Indy
finished
came
it.
out. That really
Nice.
distracted me, but yeah. So I really liked. Sorry if it's a spoiler, but I really liked that the game it shifts genres in this this final act.
Like every
And
mission,
instead
I
of going
thought
just
it
like
shifts genres.
what's
Like
that?
mission to mission, it shifts. Like
Well, yeah, but you're still like a soldier and all these things, but then out of nowhere, it starts turning into a horror game. And I was playing the game with headphones at night, family's in bed, and I'm playing this, and I'm like, what the fuck? So there's like all these sounds going on, and if you take the high quality production teams of these Call of Duty guys and give them the ability to go do some horror, it's pretty legit scary, I thought. So, and then just like the wild story with that one female character with her background as a kid, and you're navigating her dreams and memory. It's just like this is Call of Duty. So, um, I thought it was interesting. So shout out to just the team creatively. Cool that they explored a little bit. I like that. And I've been working on Gotham Knights, just trying to wrap up that game. I'm pretty close, I think.
really,
That
How is
game
I
that?
forgot that game even existed.
that game is gorgeous. It is a good looking game. Like they
How that
fucking
review?
I've been getting into it. You get the 4 characters to play. And at night you can just go and do shit. It's not as full
Douche
as
it.
the Arkham games, like with Batman, but this is a little bit whatever, a little slower. But I've gotten into it because the characters I've unlocked their abilities, so I'm pretty powerful. So I'm flying through the story, and it's not bad, but it's just really good looking. So I'm hoping I can finish that. Um, and then I watched a couple movies. Sicario was pretty cool. Um, it's a
Sweet.
board. It's about a
I've
movie
heard
about
really
like the
good things
border.
about Sicario.
Yeah, there's a sequel I didn't know, so I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna check it out. And it has Benicio del Toro and who played Thanos?
Brolin,
Josh Brolin.
Josh Brolin.
Yeah, he's in it, and it's just cool because it's like the cartel or whatever, they're like escorting people illegally into the United States of America, but so are these like Muslim terrorists. So they're like going through and then just going into like a Walmart and just walking into, and everybody just picks like an alley or an aisle, and then they just blow themselves up. So they're like, so the United States is like, whatever the fuck this is. I mean, it's bad enough with like how we feel about the border, but this terrorism through the border. So they hire this Middle Eastern guy, Roland, to come and like say, hey, whatever taxes you're
Josh
doing over in the
Brolin's
Middle
not
East.
Middle Eastern.
No, his character is like a strategist who dealing with like
Yeah, I gotcha.
terrorists in the Middle East or whatever. So they pull him, say, do this, whatever you got no over there, do that here on our border. So he gets his guy Benicio del Toro. There's a little kid involved that they got to protect, and
What's this called?
it's a cool story. Sicario,
Mhm.
Sicario.
I
What's
believe.
it on?
Prime, I think Netflix
Okay.
Prime. It's
All right.
always out on
Keep an
something.
eyeball out. Sounds interesting.
But it's just realistic, multiple stories that overlap and stuff. Pretty well done. There's a sequel. So yeah, and then I watched the movie Boo is I'm sorry, Boo. Bo is Afraid, A24 film. I believe Ari Aster did this,
Mhm.
and it's got Joaquin Phoenix. I'm pushing it to be on the show, so I
Yeah,
can't even
well,
talk about it. Other than I went into it fucking
I was
blind.
gonna
Just
say,
a buddy just said,
don't say
"Watch it,
shit
Brandon. You should
about it.
review."
Mm-hmm.
And I watched it, and I'm like, and I got done. I'm like, the fuck did I just watch? What did I watch? I never knew. Every few minutes, it's just like, what? 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 And it's just it's the weirdest movie I've seen in a long time. So I think it's
I can't
perfect
wait.
for
Dude, yeah,
I
the
think
I'm
podcast.
excited.
Yeah.
I think we
There's
do
certain
have it on the
scenes that I just
calendar and
know
we'll
you
do
guys are
so.
gonna react to it. Like I'm like, oh, what the fuck? So, anywho,
Sounds like a
I
good
remember
movie
seeing the
to
trailer for that one and
talk about.
just yeah,
yeah,
I'm all in for that. All right,
yeah, that's it.
nice.
That's
Well,
all I
thanks.
got.
That was a shotgun blast there. Right. Well, I got a
Freshy.
new game that's been playing. Actually, just dropped on Game Pass again. Another Game Pass promo.
Oh boy.
Citizen Sleeper 2.
Yeah,
Oh,
this is
yeah.
a
How is
Dave.
that? I
This is a
keep
Dave
looking
ass
at it.
Dave game.
It
Yeah.
is a Dave Ass Dave game. It is like I get this Steam open over here. Dice driven RPG in a human and heartfelt sci-fi world. You're an escaped android with a malfunctioning body, a price in your head, and no memory of your past. Get a ship, find a crew, and take on the contracts. Yada yada yada. Go have fun in space.
Yeah.
Did you
But
play
you're
the first
basically
game?
like a bit. I didn't
Okay.
get terribly far in it. This one is, I mean, it's a lot of reading. All right, I'll just be upfront with that. There is a lot of narrative story going on here, and
I'm guessing it's
Yep,
not
yep, yep, yep,
fully
yep, yep, yep.
voice acted.
no,
Okay.
it's not like a Disco
Darn.
Elysium where you can kind of just sit there
Darn.
and listen. You gotta actually read. Uh, Other side of the coin, it's got a fucking wicked ass soundtrack. This would be a great thing to throw on the background while you're working. Citizen Sleeper
Okay.
2 soundtrack is a classic. It's very Mass Effect-y, space kind of
Oh,
digitally.
so
Kind of
I
stuff.
love Mass Effect soundtrack more than the game.
Yeah.
I love that soundtrack. Mass Effect 1 soundtrack, the main menu.
No.
Oh, great.
I like the mining song. I don't know what that one is, but that's classic. But this one's got very chill vibes to it. You're essentially it's going on like day cycles. Essentially, everything runs on a day cycle, and you get at the top you get 6-sided dice. So you might roll like 2 2s, 2 3s, 2 5s, whatever, and you use those dice to go do missions essentially. And you can have you got a couple classes where you're like skilled in, I forget what the 4 things are. It's like engineering, hacking, like brute force, and something else. But in this game, you get, I don't think you had them in the first game, you get people that ride on your ship with you. So you get like a crew that you can build out to make up for the deficiencies that your character has. So when you're going to, hack a warehouse and steal some stuff from it, you're using like whatever dice you have, and then your companions will have like 2 dice each that you can use to swap in, and you're basically doing like a percentage roll based off of that dice to see if you're successful. So it's got like that RPG.
You're losing Brandon, I can tell.
I'm thinking about all the ways how I would not play this game.
Nope. I don't know. There's a ton of strategy though to it. I think this story does go a lot of
slow.
diverging directions. This is my before bed game. This is my.
I've heard the writing is really good in this game though. Like the stories is what hooks you.
There's chunks. I find I'm like waiting to turn off the game, and I'm just sitting there like reading and reading and reading. I'm like, all right, find a good time to cut the cord. But
This does
I
sound
haven't-
like a good, like, because I've been playing my Steam Deck a lot in bed with, like, xCloud. So, like, boot this up
Ooh, that would be
in bed
be
to
good.
just, like, it's like a bedtime story, you know, right before I go to sleep.
Yeah, that's
you
cool.
got a couple rolls, but I mean, you got to go, run to scrap a derelict ship over here, and you gotta, it gets a little deeper when you're into things because now they're giving me mechanics where my dice can start breaking and I have to like sleep or like rest to like repair my dice depending on how many times you're using them, and it gets in there into the weeds with a lot of numbers and percentages and stuff like that. But that's kind of what makes fun RPGs sometimes. So
Mhm.
it's a great story. I can get
This
into
was
it
Game
other than
Pass?
it's a game passer. So
Man, Game Pass is just on fire lately. Okay.
Yeah.
developer is Jump Over the Age and publisher is Fellow Traveler. So these guys are quite indie as
Ooh.
well. The first game was pretty good, but this one seems like they've made some nice improvements. It's
Yeah.
$22 on Steam, so it's not a huge one, but it's got a lot of very positive reviews. People are liking it, so I'm liking it. I
Sweet.
got one more big one. What do you got left over there, Eric?
I got mostly just small ones left for me. I got an Apple Arcade game.
Ooh,
It's
Yeah, I know you like
called
arcade.
It's literally just mowing, and it's exactly what it sounds like. It's a lawn mowing game.
yes.
So basically it's like
Okay.
it's like a super awesome time killer fucking toilet game. We've talked about this in like our Netflix games episodes, but you pop it open, you fucking do a couple lawns and then you're done. But essentially it's like top down. So you'd be mowing like a fucking lawn, like either a small house, big house. It could be like a football field. It could be they have these special lawns where it's like you mow all the grass and it reveals like a painting or something. It's kind of cool. But there's different types of lawns you mow, and essentially you're just swiping to control the lawnmower. So you swipe it up to go forward, mow your lines. Swipe left and right to avoid stuff. Do your lines around the house like you would if you're mowing your own lawn. Do the edging and then do all the lines in between. But it's cool. It's kind of cool because like it's like super cartoony graphics, but it looks pretty good on your phone, especially like the grass physics. So like the grass will be really long and the wind will be blowing and you can see each individual blade of grass like animated. So it's actually pretty cool. But it's super fun little time waster. And I
Do you all right, hold on a second. This is a poop game.
yes, absolutely.
So do you finish mowing before you do you poop and then like, all right, I'm not done mowing it, and you just sit there for like a couple minutes?
Yeah, I'll do
to
right.
finish?
Yeah, do a couple lawns. Yeah.
So,
It takes like
how many-
30
how many
seconds to
lawns
do one lawn.
Oh, okay. So you're doing a handful of
Yeah,
lawns.
it's like 30 seconds per lawn. It's not fast at all. And you can get upgrades to like you can put a fucking rocket booster on your lawnmower to make you mow faster. You can get a little drone that like cuz a lot of times you'll miss like a tiny little patch of grass and then you got to fucking turn around and mow it cuz you got to get every single little piece of grass. It sounds more tedious than it actually is, but like you'll miss like a tiny little piece of grass, and if you have the mower drone, it'll pick up it'll clean up for you, so you don't have to like turn around and go back.
Is this got like microtransactions or timers or
not
something in it?
not
No,
the
it's just
Apple Arcade
arcade.
version.
Apple Arcade. Yeah,
There
they
is a
got, like,
version.
Oh, okay.
There is a version that is like that. I think
I'm
it's
looking at Apple or the Android store, and it looks like a game that would have microtransactions.
it is
but-
built like that because for like all the cosmetic stuff, so you can unlock like different mower parts and shit, and like different hats and different wheels and
Yeah, I need
stuff
a
like
new
that.
shoot.
So like you'll unlock those and you'll get like a chest, but you could put it on a timer, but you also have these gems, and like in the Apple Arcade version, they just fucking throw these gems at you. So you're not really like you don't have to wait through any of the timers. You can just use the gems to unlock them. But in the non-Apple Arcade version, I think that it does have those trappings like ads between every fucking lawn because
Yeah, I can.
Ooh.
like
Yeah.
my wife and I we were like competing because I discovered this game and she was like what are you playing over there? I'm like look at this fucking lawn mowing game. She's like, all right. So she downloaded it, and then we were competing to see who could like get farther, because like it has like leaderboards on
Does
like
she also poop
the Apple
and
Arcade.
play this?
Probably, yeah. She like plays it in bed and shit too. So
That'd be a great commercial. What game is that? Oh, you could do about 6 of them in one shit.
Dude,
Oh, okay, grab your back,
one
and then they go back.
fucking
Wow, you're not.
do it
That was so much
one-handed.
fun.
Yeah,
I look forward to pooping.
yeah, exactly. You could be
I love it. Hey,
wiping one hand, fucking swiping
Oh
your
my
lawnmower
God.
around, other
Dave,
hand.
do
Yeah,
you
come on, let's
game while you
go.
poop? Dave, do you game while you poop?
I'm
Gaming
usually
over there while
on
you
my
poop?
phone. It depends. I haven't really played much.
I'm definitely
I
on
used
my
to
phone, but
I used to
I've
play
never thought
Marvel
about
Snap
playing a
for a
game on it.
while.
Yeah, Marvel Snap
my
was the poop game for a long time. Yeah.
Clash of Clans
I
was
mean, I
a poop
guess I
game for
haven't
a
played
while.
Tetris. Okay, that's an interesting thing to think about. Just like
Listen,
I'm
as
pooping,
a
I'm sitting here. I should play a game.
we're all
Like,
dads.
what are you gonna do? Like sit on Reddit and just scroll through Reddit or Twitter or whatever? You know,
We're all
I'm on
dads.
TikTok.
Sometimes
I'm on the
taking a
toilet.
shit is the only like 5 minutes, 10 minutes you get of like peace.
Yeah,
You know,
leave me the
That's
fuck
true.
alone.
Leave me alone. And then you turn like the air on the ceiling fan
Yeah.
on too. It's like I don't want anybody here. I just want privacy.
Yep.
in
Just
my
let
little
me
room.
sit
Hear
here.
screaming.
5-10 minutes. Yeah, exactly. So no, it's just a fun little time waster. It's nothing. It's not deep or anything. You know. So I mean, the name of it says it right there. It's literally just mowing. That's all it is.
Yeah. Okay.
Nice. Anything else?
Yeah, I'll clean up my last few. I did play a little bit of Robocop Rogue City.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
How you liking that?
On the old Steam Deck, and it's great. I mean, it definitely
Captures
gives you the
magic of that
RoboCop
movie,
experience for sure. Super
great.
faithful, yeah, to the movie, especially like
Super faithful.
like you were saying when you talked about it, the police station is like down to every last detail that you see in the movie.
Oh my god, so good.
And it was more like open than I was expecting it to be. I was expecting it just to be like linear mission to mission type thing,
Right.
but you're actually like patrolling the streets of Detroit,
Yeah.
like old Detroit.
Is
out
it a
there?
car that parked illegally in front of a fire hydrant? That's a ticket.
I know. It's so good, yeah. Or like people will just be arguing on the street about something and you have to settle a dispute or whatever. And like there's like side missions you can do and shit. So like
missions and characters,
yeah, it's much more open than I thought it would be. Like and you know, it's just, you know, it's fun just walking around the streets. Like some of them are a little bit samey, like it's like either like a fetch quest or like you talk to this person and, you know, do this thing. You talk to this person. Okay. Cause like I did one that was like you're investigating, you're trying to find out who killed like a hooker or something, and you're talking to people on a movie set and you're basically just going back and forth and talking to people.
Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah,
and that was about
it's
it.
A small team.
Everybody
that's
call you
behind
Robo.
This.
They do call you
Oh,
Robo.
yeah. Oh,
Hey,
yeah.
Robo.
Robo. Yeah. Hey, Robo. Robo. Yeah, you're like a celebrity, dude.
Oh, that's awesome.
But no.
Dave, you would love it if you like the movie, dude. You would love the game.
And I mean, it's so fun. I do like the little sequences where you're kind of just talking to people, because when you get into the action, it's like a treat, because you're just blowing people away, man. You're just popping heads. You're throwing dudes around. Yeah, exactly.
Like every other game is like, oh, I'm getting shot by 15 guys at the same time. I should hide and cover. But Robo doesn't need to. So you're just like, fuck.
It's just a tank.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. You know, and you'll heal a little bit, but then you just like grab another gun. Somebody gets closer, you just grab them and literally just throw them.
Just throw them into the next person.
I love it.
And it also, it's more like there's more depth to it than I thought there was too, because there's like a whole big skill tree and everything with like different abilities you can unlock and stuff. So I'm like, damn, there's some depth here.
I know, and it makes me want to play a Terminator game, because I'm like, man, they really get the IPs they are given. Small team, but I'm impressed with what they've done for sure.
No, yeah, so having fun with that one. Definitely gonna go back to it. And then last one for me, I've mentioned this show to you before, but Nathan For You.
Oh yeah, you love this show,
dude. I introduced it to my brother, and he was all in on it. So like I watched like a couple clips and episodes with him recently when we were hanging out together. And I got home, I'm like, I think I'm just gonna watch the whole fucking series again, because it's so fucking good. So I started that up again.
Oh, that's great.
But yeah, that's on Max. If you want to check it out.
It's good to go back to those old favorites.
Dude,
We've
yeah.
mentioned that one a couple times.
Yeah, it's great. But
Nice.
that's all I got.
All right. Let me clean up here. Playing clean up hitter. I got a new live action video game for my wife for Christmas, and we finally got to
Oh yeah.
sit down and play it because she likes these. I don't know what you call them. They're not FMV games, but they're like
You like
they
them
are full
too.
motion video games.
You love them.
I do. Some they're not all created equal, but this is
Yeah.
from
I still
that
think Her Story is one of my favorites.
Yeah.
I thought that was a
That's a
very
great one.
creative concept. Yeah.
This reminds
It's a
me.
little more interactive. It's tough to do on console because you don't have like a keyboard. That one you were like searching and doing stuff.
Yes.
But
True.
this one is from Wales Interactive. They make a lot of the same ones. Let me see here. There was like the Complex. There was Made of Scary. I don't know. They make a ton of these FMV
Yeah.
games. They're
Yeah.
all over them.
Yeah.
But this one is about a hotel. It's called the Isle Tide, or the Isle Tide Hotel.
Okay.
And you're essentially like a dude showing up at a hotel. It's kind of like the house in like Knives Out, like one of those English like super eccentric like crazy houses that's got like 1,000 different rooms in it or whatever. But you're showing up here and trying to find your daughter. Essentially, that's the story behind it. But as soon as you start like talking to people, you realize that like I don't know, it's one of those like mysterious games where everybody's got like a weird.
Does this man really have a daughter? Is it
really
all in
weird
his head?
like or like the guy at the front counter desk is like super fucking weird, and he's got like weird face and he's wearing eccentric glasses and all sorts of stuff. But it was a decent one. We got through the whole thing in like 2 sittings, so it's probably like 2 to 3 hours for a run through the game. But then we went and looked at like the choices that we made, and I was kind of mad on the ending because we got like the good ending, I guess. We rescued our daughter. But
Lame. I want her to fucking be dead.
Yeah, there's a lot of different branching paths that you can go through where, I can't spoil the story. But you can not leave with your daughter, we'll say. There's a lot of weird
She
weird
gets
shit
sold
like
into sex trafficking.
yeah,
How dark
it's
does
like-
it go?
It's like Eyes
Wow,
Wide Shut,
alright.
kind of like weird, like not
Okay.
Kubrick kind of shit, but it's weird in English. And
But this is like the genre you and your wife like to play. This is like your genre together. Like you sit
Yeah.
down and you kind
Dude.
of do your control with the narrative. That's pretty cool, man. I mean, like, I like that.
This reminds me.
these games are pretty cheap.
I have a recommendation for you, Dave.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's only on Steam right now. But have you heard of The Root Trees Are Dead? You heard this name being flown around at
I
all?
don't think so.
You should look it up because it is a game that is for you, and it's in the same vein as like Her Story, where you're basically trying to solve this mystery about this family. It's like they're like a.
Oh, I've heard about this one. Yes.
Yeah, so it's like this whole family dies, and they're like in like a plane crash, I think, and they're like these candy making moguls. Like they own this like I think it's like it's like think like Willy Wonka or something. They own this huge like candy company, and you're trying to find out. Basically, you're trying to fill out the family tree, and the whole thing is like you're searching through like internet archives and stuff to find out all about the different family members and like finding clues to their past and all this stuff. But just watch a trailer.
Cool.
It's
I see. It does have that like Her Story kind of Googling, searching, looking up kind of stuff.
But
okay.
I've
It's
heard
not full
some
motion video though, so I can't.
It's not FMB, unfortunately, but
No.
I've heard some. Yeah, everyone who's talked about it has nothing but great things to say about it. It's overwhelmingly positive on Steam.
Searching things on a old fake 90s computer, Windows 3.1 is like, yep, I'll do that for sure.
You know, this conversation is making me think that I need to introduce Her Story to my wife. I think because she
would like that. I think she would like that game.
loved the Curse of the Golden
Yeah.
Idol, like and all that stuff. Like she fucking loves to do like she loves that kind of like detective.
Have you played? I haven't played it, but Oberdin, Curse of the Oberdin. That's like the
I
same
want to.
type
It's
of
on my
thing.
wish list.
Yeah.
And it has that like EGA kind of CGA graphics
Yeah, it's
from
like
like old.
it's like old
It's
fucking
like two-tone.
Game Boy shit. Yeah,
Yeah,
Yep.
no, I want to play because I heard it's really good.
yeah.
There's one
Maybe
that
we put that on the show or something like
you
that.
guys might like,
That would be
Brandon,
cool.
too. I don't know who wrote this one, but it's Telling Lies. It
Oh
was
yeah.
it was on Game Pass for a little bit,
Telling Lies.
but it was kind of like a detective story, full motion video.
Is that
kinda
not the
stuff.
same
Okay.
developer as Her Story? I thought it was.
No, this is Half Mermaid.
Okay.
Furious
For some
Bee,
reason I
so
thought it
it's-
was.
Yeah.
Mm.
Then there's the Immorality game that came out a little while ago.
I remember Immorality
years
was about
ago.
the dancer or actor or whatever.
Yeah, that one was a weird one, but
Yeah.
no, that was good. I'm gonna shotgun blast these last couple. Me and Brandon were happy to hear Kingdom 2 Crowns. It's coming back to Game Pass.
Oh yeah, that's right. Play
Uh,
this game if you have Game Pass.
I've been playing it with the
Please, it's one of
8-year-olds.
my favorite. I
is
buy these
great.
games. Every one
So
that comes
good.
out, I buy them. Yeah, your kid
There
is
you go.
getting into it, dude. Oh my god, playing with your son because you can split screen that shit and honestly divide and conquer. Because like you go
Mhm.
that way and I'll go this
Okay.
way. Yeah,
It's a good one. It's fairly chill once
so
they get the
simple.
hang of everything.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
return to
one's
base
great.
at night. Let everything work
Yeah.
and just listen to
Once
daddy.
the walls start failing, you might get
Just
a
listen
little,
to Daddy.
it gets a little hectic. I am working I'm almost done with season 2 of Twin Peaks.
Oh.
David Lynch passed away recently, and that kind of got me. And I got a new internet router, so Paramount Plus works again. So I'm trying to get through
Okay,
all of the
cool.
Twin Peaks.
Wait,
like,
why
in full.
was Paramount Plus not working with your old router?
It's just a piece of shit app. It's just garbage. And then
Okay.
I disconnect the modem, reconnect the modem, try it again, turn it, unplug your TV, do all this shit. Nothing ever worked. And then I got a new modem, and I got a Wi-Fi mesh.
Oh,
And it just works. So
Sweet.
fucking thank God.
awesome.
Twin Peaks is such a weird, fucking iconic show, though. It's like so soap opera-y. It's coming
Made
from
it
back in the
through
90s.
like the first season and then kind of just stopped.
Yeah, I was thinking about the like TV was like back when this came out, though, and you got like your Dallas and your Knots Landing and your like this is early 90s.
Alice. Wow.
Yeah, I think my parents used to
Wow.
always make
Who
me
shot
watch it.
JR?
Well, they made a
Yeah.
fucking didn't they make a remake of that show? I'm pretty sure my mom was like,
Yeah.
Probably.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
just the quirkiness of it, the David Lynchiness of it, the whole fucking mystery of it, like you were saying, Eric, like the
Mhm.
mystery of Severance, the mystery of like who killed Laura Palmer is like I mean, I remember seeing it on like fucking People magazine while in the grocery store, and like it was the big hot shit for a couple of years. But it's pretty cool to go back to and see. It's very vibey show. I love the vibe of it. So
Very vibey.
yeah, and then just cleaning up some other games. I'm trying to finish up Elden Ring. I'm moving on that. Trying to
Yeah,
get
I
that out of
got-
my life.
Got a
So
lot of games that I need to
that's,
finish.
Ninja Gaiden 2 got that itch started again. So we'll work our way through that. But I think that's it. We made it in just over an hour. We do have a couple things coming up on the menu.
Yes, we
Next
do.
week we're going to be talking about Indiana Jones. We're going to be having
Video
our,
game.
Hell yeah!
the video
Indiana
game,
Jones and the
not-
Great Circle.
not just indie,
Yeah,
in
it is
general.
really good. Highly recommend you check it out if you want because we're gonna be going into spoilers.
Oh yeah, we're going
Shit.
in depth spoiler cast for sure.
Oh yeah. We will be having our first ever fantasy video game draft is going to be coming up very shortly.
Yeah, that'll
I
be
have a
interesting.
special
We'll have
guest
to,
too.
yeah, we'll have to figure out how we're gonna like handle that content and get that up. But that'll be fun. That's
Keep
such a
up.
cool concept. Pick
You'll
a
be able to-
game and then see how it ranked.
Yep. Yeah,
You'll
we'll
have
check.
to- you can
It'll be
follow
fun to
along in the
check.
Discord.
Yeah, it would be fun to check
Um,
in, especially on like catch ups or something. Just check in how we're doing every month to see who's in the lead and stuff.
Yeah, and we gotta get it in soon because games are coming out. So
Yep.
that'll be
Yeah.
coming up soon. Eric, how can they get in our Discord again?
Well, I'm glad you asked, Dave. If you just go to the nomadsoffantasy.com/discord, You can join our Discord there. Yeah, just go to the nomadsoffantasy.com for all your nomad needs over there.
All you need.
Follow us on all the platforms, youtube.com/@nomadsoffantasy for video stuff. You know where to find us. But
Go
Discord,
play What Map Game,
go play What Map Game. Still up, still going.
please.
So.
It's chugging along.
Yep. So, just get in the Discord, chat with us there. That is where you'll find us. But until next month, I guess next
Week-ish.
week-ish,
Somewhere in the next week.
Yeah.
sort of.
Catch up once a month. Even though the show releases an episode weekish. Yeah.
Yeah, ish.
Yeah.
Yo,
Week-ish.
listen,
Listen,
okay? Listen.
it's-
We'll make episodes when they make episodes, and they will come out
We'll
when they
fucking
come
make
out, y'all.
yeah,
Relax.
exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
All right, we made What Map Game. Hell, we might make another game, y'all.
You don't know.
Just
Yeah.
hang out with us on Discord and stay in the know. You know.
No.
Okay.
With that,
With that, safe travels, nomads.
Yeah.
you just sounded like that Canadian guy in South Park. Safe travel, nomads.